Join me as I dive into the health benefits of drinking coffee. I drink 3 to 5 cups a day. Millions of other people around the world drink just as much, but coffee has a bad reputation. A lot of people still think it's bad for you. I heard it my entire life growing up. Even though my dad drank coffee, don't drink coffee, it'll stunt your growth, it's bad for you. Don't drink coffee, it'll kill you, it's bad for your heart, so on and so forth. It's time to bust these myths. I'm going to go through some claims here and refute each one of them with scientific evidence from scientific studies that shows that coffee is actually very good for you, can help you live a longer life, in fact. So let's go through this one by one. I want to start with this, though. For some people, coffee does give you the jitters. My brother's like that. A while back, I gave him a bag of our Costa Rica Tarrazú, and he got the jitters. But he is more sensitive to caffeine than other people are, than most people are. And he only drinks 1 cup a day. That's it. So his body has not built up the tolerance for caffeine that serious moderate coffee drinkers, 3 to 5 cups a day, we have the tolerance that he didn't have. Okay, the first claim that I want to refute is that coffee elevates your blood pressure over the long term. We're going to take a close look at this. I found an article published on Healthline that states the following. A review of 34 studies showed that 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine from coffee, approximately the amount you'd consume in 1.5 to 2 cups, resulted in an average raising of the blood pressure. But the effect is only there for about 3 hours after you consume it. And results are similar in people with normal blood pressure at baseline and those with pre-existing high blood pressure. Interestingly, regular coffee consumption is not associated with the same impact on blood pressure, which may be due to the caffeine tolerance that I talked about in the beginning. Based on the data, a small to moderate increase in your blood pressure may occur after drinking a cup of coffee, especially if you drink it infrequently. I know a lot of coffee drinkers. I've met almost a lot of our customers who are serious coffee drinkers. They don't drink it infrequently. And most people don't. It's a cup in the morning, maybe a cup mid-afternoon, cup in the afternoon for that pick-me-up. So I'm going to read that again. Based on this data, a small to moderate increase in your blood pressure may occur after drinking a cup of coffee, especially if you drink it infrequently. Many of us have been told that drinking coffee leads to heart disease, but actually the opposite is what's true. So we're going to bust this myth too. In an article published by the American Heart Association in 2018, it says this: higher consumption of coffee, caffeinated and decaf alike, was associated with a lower risk of total mortality, including deaths attributed to heart disease, nervous system diseases, and suicide. Another article, also published by the American Heart Association, says this: drinking 1 or more cups of coffee a day may reduce the risk of heart failure, according to new research, but only if it's caffeinated. So if you're drinking decaf, it might not be getting the same effect. The analysis of data from 3 large, well-known heart disease trials was published in the American Heart Association journal Circulation Heart Failure. It found the more coffee people drank, the lower their risk for heart failure. But that benefit didn't extend to people who drank decaf. The association between caffeine and heart failure risk reduction was surprising to the researchers. Senior author David Cowell said this in a news release. He's an assistant professor of cardiology and the medical director at the Colorado Center for Personalized Medicine at the University of Colorado School of Medicine in Aurora. Using the American Heart Association's precision medicine platform, which gives researchers tools and access to diverse data sets, Cow and his team analyzed information from the Framingham Heart Study, the atherosclerosis risk in community study, and the cardiovascular health study. Collectively, these studies included 10 years of follow-up for more than 21,000 adults who drank up to 3 cups of coffee per day across all 3 studies. People who drank more coffee had a lower long-term risk of heart failure. So that myth is busted. My parents, my grandparents, all of them told me that coffee was just bad for me. My mom still does it to this day. That's another story. But she's never been a coffee drinker either. The negative perception is it's based on this misinformation that it's all bad for you. But let's keep going. Coffee may reduce inflammation in our bodies. An article published by Eating Well entitled, "Does Coffee Cause Inflammation?" Here's what a dietitian has to say. And it was written by Carolyn Williams, who is a PhD and a registered dietitian. On July 5th, 2024, states the following. Research suggests that coffee does not cause inflammation in most people, even if your norm is more than 1 or 2 caffeinated cups a day. In fact, it's quite the opposite. According to a 2021 study in Nutrients, that's the publication, coffee may have anti-inflammatory effects on the body. These effects are thought to be a primary reason why research has linked regular coffee consumption with lower risks for many inflammatory-related conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, type 2 diabetes, gout, heart disease, and some cancers even. According to a 2019 review and critical review in Food Science and Nutrition, as well as in a 2023 review in the magazine Molecules. Coffee may improve cognitive function. That's another thing that people don't seem to understand for some reason. A study published by the National Library of Medicine in January 2024 under the title Coffee, but Not Caffeine, has positive effects on cognition and psychomotor behavior in aging, and the article states the following. The presence of several bioactive compounds, such as polyphenols and caffeine, implicates coffee as a potential nutritional therapeutic in aging. Moderate 3 to 5 cups a day coffee consumption in humans is associated with a significant decrease in the risk of developing certain chronic diseases. However, there's always a however. The ability of coffee supplementation to improve cognitive function in aged individuals and the effect of the individual components in coffee, such as caffeine, have not been fully evaluated. In a subsequent study, the effects of caffeine alone did not account for the performance improvements, showing that the neuroprotective benefits of coffee are not due to caffeine alone, but rather to other bioactive compounds in coffee. Therefore, coffee, in achievable amounts, may reduce both motor and cognitive deficits in aging. And another article published by Science Direct in 2024 states their key findings. Caffeine, the primary psychoactive component in coffee, enhances various aspects of working memory and attention through its antagonistic effects on adenosine receptors. The impact of coffee on long-term memory processes, such as consolidation and retrieval, is more complex, with some studies reporting benefits and others showing no significant effects. Moderate coffee consumption can improve cognitive flexibility, task switching, and decision-making. Studies have also shown that moderate coffee consumption can lower our risk of chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's, and even certain types of cancer. It's also been linked to a longer lifespan, with some research suggesting that coffee drinkers may live up to 15% longer than non-coffee drinkers. The antioxidants and polyphenols in coffee have potent anti-inflammatory properties which can help protect us against cell damage and oxidative stress. Scientific studies have consistently shown that coffee has a positive impact on our mental health, reducing symptoms of depression and anxiety. A couple of videos ago, I talked about this. You're holding a warm cup of coffee in your hands, and it turns out there's a psychological concept called warmth association. When you feel that in your hands, you feel warm all over, and you tend to be a much nicer person. Anyway, the caffeine in coffee can also improve our mood, alertness, and focus, making it an excellent way to start the day. Furthermore, coffee has been shown to have neuroprotective effects, which may help prevent or slow down the progression of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The evidence is clear. Coffee is not a villain. It's been made out to be. Everything you've heard about coffee being bad for you, coffee stunning your growth, or whatever other things you're hearing, they're just not true. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Drinking coffee has been shown to have significant impact on our health. I've cited the studies. I've referenced the studies for you. Coffee is not bad for us, folks. It's just not. It's more than just a beverage. You can live longer from drinking more coffee. Good gracious. All right, if you're a fellow coffee lover, just put it in the comments. And like this video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it very much. I'd love to hear your comments on this and get your take. Thank you.